Morning everybody, I'm Meg from LovenStamps and I have a project to share with you today. We are going to use the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set, which is on the last chance list, so kind of sad to see this one be going because it's a great stamp set with beautiful greetings in it. But the reason I'm talking about it today is because there are two coordinating items for this. One is the die set that goes with this stamp set. So here's the dies, which may not make a ton of sense just looking at them, but I will clarify. And then the embossing folder, and that is this one here with this beautiful seashell design. And these things are all coordinating. Also, all three things go together. It's kind of like magic because it lets you have die cut, stamped, embossed seashells. They're gorgeous. And then, of course, the great greetings to go with it is just a terrific combination. So I'm going to show you these also because the folder and the dies are on super clearance on the, not clearance, but on the last chance product list. So like the embossing folder is $3 or something like that. And tomorrow, April 19th, is the Stampin' Up! Free shipping day, if you haven't heard. So make sure you use the link in the video description to put things in your shopping cart, and then you can check out tomorrow and you'll be shopping with me, which I appreciate. So, all right. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Hey, Trish and Tanya and Kelly and everybody, say hi. And I'm going to go ahead and switch our camera over and we're going to get stamping because I have a lot of tips to share with you today about, oops, sorry, I'm making the screen shake. I have a lot of tips to share with you today about dry embossing and really making the most of the stamps and the way these dies all fit together. So we're gonna get into some great tips, okay? So the first tip that I have for you is about the stamps. So when the stamps come for this Friends Are Like Seashells set, they actually are all separated. So what you want to do is you want to make yourself, make your life easier. You want to have them all on your block in a way that will let you die cut them at the same time. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to take your die and you are going to, I know I'm unmounting all of these stamps. That's okay because it's just this easy to set up. I'm going to put them right into the die, and as I do that, I'm just going to jiggle them a tiny bit to make sure that they're fitting down in. I need to take off my washi tape to make sure they're fitting down in there in the right exact shape, and they are. There we go, that one, and the last one. And then you're gonna want one of the large blocks. So this is the Stampin' Up, why can't I see the letter on it there? The F block, it's gigantic. And this is really the main purpose that I use it for is mounting multiple stamps at the same time. Hey, Margie. So what I'm gonna do now that these are all in here is I am going to lay my block on there and pick them up all at once so that they are mounted exactly in the place that's going to let me stamp and then die cut them, okay? So now I'm gonna take my block, I'm going to ink them up in Pool Party here, which is such a pretty, oh look, there's the tulip. I think the tulip punch is on, back, or on last chance product list too, if it's not already sold out. So I'll give you some tips for shopping on the sale tomorrow too at the end, so don't let me forget that. All right, so I'm going to now go ahead and stamp these, and they fit just exactly on my piece of cardstock here. I'm gonna flip it to the back, such a large stamp, I guess, collectively. I wanna make sure that I get a really good image on that. So there we have our seashells, aren't they? So right off the bat, these seashells are gorgeous. They include a lot of shading and are just really pretty on their own. So this could be a stamped background that you could use, of course, just like this, morning suit. But you can also go ahead and put the rest of this set of supplies to work for you. Now, I'm resisting saying bundle because in the online store, there is a bundle for Friends Are Like Seashells and the dies. But you don't want to get the bundle. Actually, maybe there isn't a bundle right now. In any case, you wouldn't want the bundle because you want to get them individually to get the sale prices on these things. So, all right, so now I'm gonna line up my die here with my stamps. I'm gonna pop a bit of washi tape on there to hold it. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm so excited about die cutting. What I wanna do first is use the embossing folder, okay? So here is this, and you can see that it is the same shape as the dies because they're meant to go together. This isn't one where you're gonna put the dies inside the folder, but you are going to do them separately, which is why it was so important that we get them all lined up right there at the beginning. All right, so now what I'm doing, hopefully you can see pretty well, is I am aligning the stamped images with the dies. And there we go. Just gonna pinch that down, okay? So maybe you can see, maybe you can't, but I've got them lined up there. And this is a lesson on the 3D embossing folders. So with a 3D embossing folder, you're gonna want the specialty plate, okay? You're gonna put this here on the top of your plate. And then usually this is the sandwich that I use, right? My big pad, my adapter, and my 2 plates. I'm actually gonna take away all of these things. So I'm gonna take away both plates and my piece there, and I'm going to have just my specialty cutting plate, my folder, and my cardstock here. And then I'm going to go ahead and crank this through my die cut machine, okay? And it should be relatively easy to get that through there. And then here you can see on the back side that it's dry embossed already. Now I have my shells dry embossed also. Isn't that fun? All right, but like I said, we are not done with this because there's so many fun pieces. I'm gonna need my die cut machine here in a second, so I'll bring that back. Now I'm going to line this up here, and I am going to put that washi tape on, just pinch it down a little. I'm gonna bring my die cut machine back, and I'm gonna swap this out. So now I don't want my specialty plate, and I put the specialty plate, the link for this specialty plate. If you're thinking, wait, Meg, I've been trying to get this to work and I haven't, so I need that specialty plate. The link is in the video description for this, so you can add it to your stamps tomorrow with free shipping. Hey, Missy, good to see you. So I'm gonna bring back now my adapter plate, so that thin white plastic piece, and my cutting plate. I'm gonna put my die on there, and I'm going to set my second cutting plate on top, and then I'm going to, pardon my arm, crank this back through here so that I get my seashells out at the end. And let's take a look at this. Here we have our pieces. So you can see it's a super clean die cut. I always look on the back side just to make sure, and yep, all the pieces are 100% cut through. And so now I have these shells in this seaweed. So you could, ooh, I just flung that down the neck of my sweater. Little tiny pieces of cardstock end up everywhere, don't they? So now you could use this as a piece all itself, and I don't know if you can tell super well from the camera, but it is also dry embossed, so the shells have a great feel to them, nice texture. And but I'm gonna go ahead and use this as pieces. So let's bring back our cardstock here and take a look at what we've got. I have a piece of soft suede cardstock, and soft suede is one of the retiring colors. I will be sad to see it go. So if you are interested in stocking up on that, again, free shipping tomorrow, so good time to do that. And I have our piece of petal pink here, and then I have some Designer Series paper. And I wanted to mention this because if you're placing an order tomorrow, it's free shipping on order $75 or more. And if you're placing a larger size order tomorrow, you might consider whether you have a lot of things that you'd like with the free shipping discount. And so it saves you about 10%. And if you are interested in getting something, if your order is $150 or more, you get Stampin Rewards also. And so this is one of the outgoing Stampin Rewards special items. And I've used this a couple times this year, but this is the Design a Daydream Host exclusive and Host and Stampin Rewards exclusive Designer Series paper. It's 12 by 12, and you get a whole bunch of sheets, 4 sheets of each of the fun patterns. I've used some of them already, so they're missing. Here are the back sides of these. I'll just take it out of the plastic. It's gorgeous paper, and it is a whole pack. This is like a $32 paper pack. As a host item, you get the discounted host price, and it is or Stampin Rewards price, so it's $18. So it's a really good time to get that. Here's a card that we did when the catalog first came out with that Sweet Songbird punch. So if that inspires you, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it here. And because you get so much of the paper, I'm gonna go ahead and use it on the inside of our card as a whole layer. So I know you're thinking like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of paper to use on something. But you know what? There's a lot of paper in the pack, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And I'm gonna stamp upside down. I want the greeting or the image to be here at the bottom of our card. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on here and go ahead and just press across there. And now we have the bottom of our card stamped. And I'm gonna layer this on, oh my goodness, there you go. That was like all of me here in our frame. Layer this here on our designer series paper. And then this is going to go inside our card as a pretty stamped and pretty accent layer. Isn't that gorgeous? And the little detail on that print really shows up very nicely as you go around. So, okay, so back to the front of our card. What are we doing with this here? I'm going to go ahead and make us a background. And we have our petal pink layer, which is gonna fit here. And then I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, and trim these seashells. Hey, Cheryl. And so because they come out of the die kind of put together, like this as a frame, I'm gonna just use my snips to trim the connection points. And you can consider here, I'll give you a suggestion about whether you want to cut all the connections away or whether you want to leave some. And let's see, I'm gonna make these sharp edges just a little bit less sharp. And whether you wanna leave some and then make that part of your decoration. So now, on our card, we can have our shell with a little bit of seaweed kind of stuck behind it. And then maybe we'll use the seashell here, this little guy as an accent. And then you'll have all the shells, of course, left to do with as you desire. So you can put as many shells on the front of this card as you like. Let's see, I'm gonna get rid of some stray edges there. All right, so we've got our shells here. You probably see these designer series paper pieces. I like to give our a little bit more focal point to our focal point here, a little more focus to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and layer this behind and maybe add this like so. And then if I take one more strip and bring back our color, so this is going to bring our blue back in. This is Pool Party, this is Balmy Blue, but they go so nicely together. And layer those together, you can see it just really gives our seashell a home here, whereas it's a little bit floating like this. Now, one more thing you can do because you have your embossing folder handy, it is so easy to just go ahead and emboss our petal pink cardstock layer. So I'm gonna take this, I remember for our embossing sandwich, I have not my adapter pad, I have just the big one and my specialty plate, like so. And I will run this through my die cut machine. And now we have a pretty embossed layer of the shells there to add to our card also. This is a great way to make a background for just a real subtle card. Like you could just put a greeting across here and be done. It's just so pretty. When I attach these layers, I often like to use multi-purpose liquid glue. And that is because the cardstock is so deeply embossed. It's both, it's just so deeply embossed that I want to make sure that I get really good contact between my layers. And just a flat adhesive might not always give you the best bond there. So, hey Sandy, hey Patricia, hey Carol. All right, so got that there. I'm gonna bring back our strips and then we're gonna talk about our greeting and we are going to talk about our, we're gonna talk about our greeting and we're gonna talk about our embellishments. And then I'm gonna show you where to find the best deals here on the store. So, okay, we've got our pieces there. And I'm gonna hold that for a second. Remember with multi-purpose liquid glue, it doesn't bond instantly. It does bond very strongly. And I just realized this is a little too short, so I'm gonna cheat here. I'm gonna cut it in the middle where it is going to be hidden, and then I'm gonna bring this back to the top so that it lines up. Okay, I cut my paper 1/8 of an inch too short. So you see how that worked? Shh, don't mention it to anybody. So now our shell is gonna cover that up, no problem. And we are going to have our elements here that are gonna pop on. Okay, we need a greeting though. So I have a strip of basic white. I have my soft suede ink pad, and I have our greeting. And the greeting here says, happy birthday to a beautiful friend. The other greetings in this set say, you're unique and completely amazing. Friends are like seashells, you collect them along the way. I'm so happy I found you, which is the greatest, I just love that. And then love you to the beach and back. It's kind of a fun sentiment. So this is a terrific set of greetings to go along with our card here. And I have that just a little bit bigger than I want it to be. So I'm gonna bring in my trimmer and trim off the end. One of the things I love about the Stampin' Up! Trimmer is that it very nicely trims very small amounts. So all I have to do is hold down this little plastic guide, and it will trap my paper in there, and I can trim just off 1/8 of an inch. So pretty outstanding. And then our greeting is going to fit on here like that. So, all right, we've got it laid out. Laying it out is always my first step, and then after that, I like to go ahead and just glue things down. So we'll pop some dimensionals on here in the back of our greeting, and let's see, I'll pop a little mini dimensional here on the bottom side of this, and I'll explain that in a second. So sometimes when I work with dimensionals, I think of them like Legos. And if you've ever played with Legos before, you know that the Legos have to be stacked together. So like you have to do like an even layer of bricks, and then the next layer of bricks, and the next layer of bricks. So with Stampin' Dimensionals and cards, I really like to keep my brick layers even. So I put this little tiny dimensional on here because I wanted to make sure that I am, kind of keeping my layers even here. So I didn't want it to be popped up too high. So that's off the edge there. And then it's even with my shell there, okay? All right, it's really not a big deal. Little tiny things, right? Just to make our stamping a little easier and a little cleaner. All right, embossing folder dies and opal rounds. Okay, where are my opal rounds? These things are gorgeous, and here they are. You can see I don't have very many left. I have I have them on my plan to get some more of them tomorrow because they are $3.75 instead of $7.50. So a really good time to pick these guys up. And I'm gonna go ahead and use them in a couple sizes. And I'm gonna pop one down here. Remember, when you're using accents like this, the idea is to enhance your focal point, not distract from it. So I am putting these kind of here near my greeting. I'm gonna put one kind of up here on the top side of my greeting. My nails are short. My take your pick tool would have been a good choice here. But now these are kind of bringing your focus back there around our greeting. And you can see how pretty those opal rounds are. I love them. With that sort of sparkle, I don't know how close I can get, sort of that crinkly sparkle in there that's really iridescent. It's really pretty, especially with these pastel color palettes. So, all right, so let's take a quick look. And then of course there's the inside of our card. I think I have another version here where I used one of the extra embossed shells on the inside of my card instead. So lots of possibilities. The images in the seashell stamp set are just gorgeous. So let's take a quick look here. I am going to pop over. Oh, yay, Sue is excited about the bling. Yeah, Tanya, aren't the colors pretty? They really are gorgeous. So I'm going to jump over here 1 second. I'm grabbing some information for you. So our link here in the video description is going to give you all of the supplies for our card. So let's jump in here. Let's see. There we go. Yep, I got the right one. Okay, so right here at the very top of our window, I don't think you can see my mouse, but at the very top, I have the link here, episode 356 supplies, a bit.ly link. And when I click that, it's going to go ahead and load into the shopping cart in the online store. Oh, look at this. We got Stampin Rewards already. Learn more to figure out spending those. But it's going to pop these things into your shopping cart. And you can see right away what the things are that are retiring soon. You can see the ink pad is retiring soon. The cardstock is retiring soon. Those kinds of things that you might want to add. And you can see which things you want to keep in your cart. So if you are looking down this list and you say, oh, that's okay, Meg, I already have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's really easy to just click the little get rid of button and delete that. Okay. Now, if you're shopping with me, which I very much appreciate it, you're going to want to add the host code if your order is less than $150. So this order right here will qualify for free shipping already. But if your order is $150 or more, you get Stampin' Rewards. So let's take a look at how you might decide to do that. So you might go here under specials and last chance products and say, hey, look at all these cool things. Oh, hand-drawn dots is a great background. That pretty flowers stamp set and dies and so forth, the retiring Enjoy the Journey paper. These things are all in the retiring list, and so you can very easily see what things are discounted here. So if you are going to add some of these to your cart and your shopping cart ended up at $150 or more, then you would also get Stampin' Rewards. So actually, let's put we're going to put the Big Shot, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine back in our cart here just for the sample. So then when you view your cart, you're going to know that you're over $150. And so now when you go to shop for things, let's look at last chance products again. And if you wanted to look for like stamp sets, English stamp sets, you could click to narrow that. Now, say I decided I wanted Best Day Cling. Here, instead of clicking Add to Cart, I can click Claim Rewards. And Claim Rewards then is going to put that in my cart, but in the free section down here where these things I am not paying for, okay? So I have $23. I had $20 in like free credit as host rewards or Stampin' Rewards. So this stamp set would cost me $288. And so then when I go to checkout, I would have all of that set up, okay? All right, so hopefully that is kind of helpful information for you. Let me go back to my window here just to see if we have any questions along the way. So hopefully that is helpful to you in as far as figuring out what kind of things you might want to get. The last chance list is a great place to look for. There's a lot of embellishments that are a really great price. I just showed you the Seashells embossing folder and stuff today. So those are super easy to find. And I mean, free shipping, right? There will be a little bump in the cost of cardstock and ink in the new catalog. So when you, that'll start May 2nd. So when you're shopping tomorrow with your free shipping, you might consider there's a package of cardstock you need. It's not only will you get free shipping on it, but it'll be just a little bit less before the catalog bump happens. And then don't forget, of course, that you get LovenStamps Perks Points when you shop with me, one for each $25 you spend. And when you have 20 points, you get a $50 shopping spree. You can get the whole $50, whatever you want. It's not like one free stamp set that you have to, try and pick the most expensive one. If you want to pick $50 of $3 embellishments, go for it. And then when your order is at least $50 with me in any month, you get card kits to go. And I actually already have some of them ready because I'm going to mail them with my catalogs probably. So if you've already placed your order. So this is one of the projects. It's the notebook this month. So kind of a fun, bigger ticket, bigger project item. So this is the notebook that we were making. And the video tutorial for this is already posted. So you also get the PDF tutorials for those. All right. I think that kind of covers us. Anyway, it's always fun. Be aware that the Stampin' Up! Shipping is just a little bit longer right now than we are used to. The first day of the last chance list on April 4th, I think that was Stampin' Up's largest volume sales ever in their history. So that was kind of exciting. They're just working night and day pretty much to catch up on those things. So if there are things that you need immediately, you can express your order. Their 2-day shipping would be the quickest way. You can do overnight, but 2-day shipping would be the quickest way to get your order picked the most quickly. So let me know if you have questions about that. But if you're not in a hurry, then definitely just plan to place your order. And when your order comes, it'll be like Christmas in July. It won't be July, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But it is really nice to have a free shipping offer available. So, all right, guys, have a super wonderful day. And I will see you on Thursday with another project. Thursday featuring the Texture Chic suite and bundle. So don't forget to add Texture Chic to your order if you are interested in making the projects exactly the way I'm showing them this month for LovenStamps Card Kits to go and monthly tutorials. So happy stamping, guys. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.